Hey, welcome. This is Sieg Taylor with Fish Out Loud. Hey, today I'm going to show you my new 2080 Vexus and do a real quick review on some of the things that I got for it. And then after I'm done, I'm going to explain to you why I went with the Vexus 2080. There, look at the donkey. She's got it. Set the hook. So, I went with an aluminum trailer for reasons because I live in brackish salt water also, so I wanted to be able to use it for not only my bass fishing tournaments, but also wanted to be able to use it around where I live on Navarre Beach here in Florida. I went with the Lowrance Ghost because, well, it's kind of one of the best out there, I felt. After all the research I did, I went with it. I did put a Mega 360 Humminbird on here, hung that. And if you come around here, come on around here, I went with the front here, I went with Lowrance and Humminbird. I did the Helix Humminbird with, again, the Mega 360. And then the Lowrance HDS, I went with a 12-inch. You take a look at that. And the Active Target, okay? Now, I still have left over from the old days is a Biosonics here. If you see this little right here, that's my Biosonics, and that's a fish activator. I love that. That is awesome. So as we kind of come through here, I'm going to get into my boat here and go through some of the compartments, okay? I love room, and this 20-foot aluminum boat delivers on the room. On this side, I have a compartment, which is going to be a lot of my stuff's in here, and also I have LED lights that I had put in. Very important. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Over here, I've got my ice chest that comes standard with the boat. That's nice to have that. And I especially had, for my YOLO techs, especially had these put in here so I can get power constantly to my GoPros. All right, I'm going to open up the center compartment here, and there's plenty of room there, and also for my rods. Now, I believe I'll be putting most of my rods on this side, and I'm going to explain why here in a second after I close this down. Now, they also have some rod racks on this side. If you take a look, you'll see the rod racks. I'm probably going to take those out. I just believe I can put more rods in there with those out. Right now it holds 4, 8. I could probably get ×2 if I put in there 16. You know us guys, we need rods. Very, very nice laid out. I love this. As I'm sitting here, I've got 6 little slots here where I can put various tools of mine for cutting line, pliers, you name it. Also have, and this is, by the way, this is not rainproof, waterproof. It does get wet, but it's, again, stuff to store here. I got binoculars in this bag, for example. That's how I've done it. All right. Then one of the options I had to add when I bought the boat was this center console. And this is waterproof. I do like that. It's just nice to be able to sit down and have something here I can grab some stuff out of. I decided to go with Suzuki. Again, where I live, it's pretty much Suzuki, Yamaha dominant here. So it really wasn't a no-brainer. And then plus, I've been hearing so many great things about Suzuki. I've broken the engine in already. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to hear your stories about your Suzuki. So on here the console, I went with Lowrance 12-inch HDSs here. I had, you name it, I've got it. Okay, I've got, you know, side view. I've just got everything I need to be competitive with today's tournament angler. I did purchase these E-locks here. I felt it's very important, even when you're away for 5 minutes, that you have something that just deters anybody who's even thinking about it. Let them go to the ones that don't have the E-locks on it, okay? That's how I look at it. Other than that, I've got an adjustable seat. I've got hot foot here. I'm happy with that. I had another, right over here, I had another YOLOtech plug put in, so I can now have my GoPro up higher as I can have that one lower. Just depends how I want to be able to do it. Everything is right here. I got my trim right here at my fingertips. You name it, it's ready to go. We're tournament ready now for the 2020 season. I've got some, you know, for aluminum boats to have large compartments in the back is just absolutely amazing. Again, everything is LED throughout the boat. It's just large compartments here. I'm going to show you this one here a little closer. I actually had them put, this is where my cover is in, but it's a large compartment. It's amazing how big they are. Something that is not used to in aluminum boats, okay? Usually you got a little compartment in here. Back here, where all my brains are at, I can't believe the storage in here. And, you know, it's nice to have the storage here. You can take a look in here. Nice to have the storage. I went with the power pole charge. I have 4 batteries. I did not go with lithium. I just went with regular batteries. I went with power poles. There's my guts for that. The only gripe that I have, if I've got one gripe, and that is that the live well is just too small. Now I do have this, I can take it out, but to have somebody put 5 fish on this side and 5 fish on this side, you know, they got to be little fish. And I've got an oxygenator in here, but I wish, and hopefully that the next time around when they're redesigning this, they take into consideration that there are some people who catch big fish. And by the way, this might be a good time to share the sponsor of this video. Nah, just kidding, there's no sponsor to this video. But if you show me some love and give me a like and hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate it. This is the Brian Kershaw 1994 World Championship Bassmaster Classic whistle, okay? All right, so I'm gonna get out of the boat right now. I'm gonna head to the back by the engine here. Give me a second here to jump out. So again, I went with the power poles. One of the other things that I was in contact with Vexus on is when you put these power poles on, this ladder does not work. They are aware of the problem, and I'm sure they are right now, their design team is on it, fixing that up. So that's the only thing, and I could hear their frustration on that too. Boat buckles, and again, I went with Suzuki because I do feel they're the best. We got first responder flags flying down the road here, and good old American flag right there. I'm going to get situated here. I'm going to explain to you why I went with Vexus and why I believe it's the best on the market. So stay tuned here. All right, back here in the tiny boat garage, sitting my bass down here, and I want to really take some time and give you the backstory of how I ended up with the Vexus AVX 2020 aluminum boat. Okay, first of all, I love tin cans. I've always been a tin can fan. Don't get me wrong, I may at some point get a fiberglass, but right now, getting my feet back wet into fishing tournaments, I wanted something that I felt comfortable with. So I did a lot of research, and there's a lot of great boat companies out there, okay? But what I ran into was a lot of these boats were 6, 7, 9 months out. So I first was told about Vexus by my good friend Tim, who actually did all the rigging for the boat, and that stuck in the back of my mind. Vexus is a forest wood company, and if you don't forest wood, He was the creator of Ranger Boats, and he set that up before he passed away to see that this thing is a successful company. Here's one of the letters that I've gotten from Forrest over the years, okay, from fishing tournaments. So it meant a lot to me that, I mean, that was like 5 stars right there off the get-go. Then when Tim told me how great these boats were, I took notice, okay, I took notice. So I started to do research. I had a few friends of mine, Ken Ma, Kevin Johnson on the West Coast, that actually have these and had these boats. So I reached out to them. Now, you got to remember here, I never even saw one of these. I mean, I saw them online and I saw pictures of them, okay? But I never took a test drive with this boat. I went off the relationships that I built over the years and asked them all the questions that I needed to know. Then I contacted Vexus, and Vexus put me to Clark Marine there in just out of Nashville, and the process began. What I loved about it is they told me about 12 weeks. I got it a few weeks early, you know, kind of under, you know, what is it? Under promise, over deliver. I got it. Okay, I got that. So that was really nice to hear that they were able to put a boat together with me. Now I went with Suzuki. I explained a little bit why. Where I live, there's a lot of Suzukis. There's hardly any Merc dealers around. And the more I ask about Suzuki, here's what some dealers told me. The only problem they have about Suzukis is they don't ever see them. That's a big plus for me. So I'm very happy with Suzuki. I got this in the garage here. I'm going to start taking it out, I still got about 4 or 5 months, 6 months before tournament season starts, which is great. I'm able to break it in properly. And that's a big plus too. You don't want to be breaking in your new boat right a week before tournament starts. In between filming here, I got this really nice package in from Vexus Boats, and you know, I'm going to open it up and just kind of show you the quality we're talking about when you're dealing with a company like Vexus. And you know, they make different size boats, and you really should take a look at them. I just think it looks great. I was talking to somebody yesterday, they saw the boat and they actually thought it was a fiberglass boat. That's how well made this is. So got this box from Vexus here. Open it up. I got a real nice card here. I'll read it to you. Siegfried. I know, my mom gave me that name. I don't know. Just tell me Sieg. Thank you for choosing Vexus. Enjoy the new boat and good luck with your fishing. From Keith D. They've included a couple caps, which are good quality caps. I think I might wear one right now. Here we go. Take out my Fish Out Loud caps. By the way, if you want some of these patriotic Fish Out Loud caps, click the link below. I'm selling my original cap that I came out with, okay, from Fish Out Loud. So I'm gonna set that down, put my Vexus cap on here. I got a nice Vexus plate, which I think will go really nice on the other side of where I have my license plate. Give me a nice Vexus logo. You know, just quality stuff. They even included this little foo-foo stuff, which my wife keeps all of this stuff. All right. And then, of course, the rewarding every victory. They're going to pay me to win. How awesome is that? Listen, all the other boat companies do the same thing too, okay? But I did look at this. I wanted to make sure that they were part of that, and they were. And then also, let's see here. I got a real nice card here. It's Keith Drafton. Hey, Keith, I just want to say thanks a lot for sending this out to me. That really does mean a lot to me, that personal touch and attention and this personal card. It really means a lot. It's like when Forrest sent me this and signed it, okay, it meant a lot to me. So I really want to say I really appreciate it. And then they gave me a gift card for $50. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, guys, that's my review on the boat. You know, I haven't broken it in yet. I'm going to give a 6-month review and tell you how it's going. But I can tell you this. I've called Vexus a lot. Ryan's getting to know me pretty good, all right? It's nice to know that people answer and I believe they will take care of me. Why do I know that? Because I've heard other stories that Vexus just takes care of them. Do some of the other boat companies do that? I'm sure they do. But I just wanted to give a big shout out. I'm really happy with this boat. And I look forward to putting a lot of big fish in that little live well, okay? All right. Hey, listen, I really appreciate everybody. I just want to say thank you. Big shout out here to the Brian Kershaw whistle. If you don't know his story, just go down here. There's a link down there to his story. It's a wonderful story. I appreciate all the comments. And give me a like so we can get this out there to a lot of people, all right? Remember, you guys are just one cast away.